Kindie Rockstars. Prepare for a treat, let's meet and greet some bands and singers that are super sweet, making music that's fun for boys and girls. Help them learn about this great big world. Fun for the family, yes it's true, your kids will love it and you will too. Clap and dance and sing aloud, become a part of the Kindie crowd. These songs will make you move your feet and give your ears a great big treat. So settle in, grab your guitars, and let's get to know our Kindie Rockstars. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kindie Rockstars. This is the show that gives you the stories behind the songs from some of the best bands and singers that are making fun, informative, educational, catchy, and occasionally silly songs for children and families. I'm your host, Patrick Adams, and each episode of Kindie Rockstars will feature an artist and a featured song. So let's get to this week's show. All right, with me today is the SOKS, and from the SOKS I have Jim Hendrix and Clay Hadden. Hello. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Hi. So tell me all about the SOKS and how you guys came to be and your backstory.
Well, thanks for having us. I think the backstory is Clay and I have known each other since 2000. We met at orientation at Winthrop University in Rock Hill, South Carolina. We were going to be freshmen, and we spent, it was like a 2-day orientation. I think we spent
two or 3 days. Yeah.
And at the end of it, we had gotten close with a group of people, and we decided, hey, we don't seem to mind each other's company. Maybe we should see if we can be roommates for the year. And that's what we ended up doing. We were roommates and we got along great. And that's kind of where our friendship started then. I was a music major at Winthrop, ended up being a music major and communication disorders major as well, which is what Clay did, and ended up going to get a master's in that, as well as starting his own speech practice. That's what he's doing. I moved to Nashville, became a musician, touring musician, studio guy. And then this is all a real quick the last 20 years. But then, we all stayed in touch. We've all seen each other, been at each other's weddings. 2020 happens. COVID changes the world. I've found myself kind of out of work, sitting at my house with my daughter. And Clay one day says, hey, I started this YouTube channel it's called Mr. Clay. And he's doing it mainly for his kids, like based on his experiences working with kids through his speech practice. And it initially started out as me writing a theme song with Clay for his Mr. Clay channel. And then Clay said, should we do some original songs? And I said, yes, but let's do them let's not follow any protocol. I think this would be a great time to experiment and do whatever kind of music we want to do. Let's just see what happens. So over the course of I guess it was April and May of last year of 2020, Clay started sending me just little scratch vocal takes on his phone of ideas that were popping in his head. And all of a sudden we're realizing Clay has this unbelievable ability to come up with insane songs on the spot. I mean, they're hilarious and witty and funny. And, we ended up taking one of the first things he ever sent, and within a day, I'd had a song laid out for it. It was called The Robots Are Coming. And then we kind of realized, hey, we have something cool going on. And we just started spitballing ideas through this. We do a Zoom or we do a phone call or just a voice text. And we started sending stuff back to each other. And these songs just started to literally pile up.
We quickly, so by the time I started, when things really shut down, and by the time between then and when we released the album, we came up with about 20 songs, which is a massive amount for a first album. And we just kind of threw everything that we had to see what we liked and what sounded good. And yeah, it was a ton of fun to do, and we look forward to doing more and more of it. We get constant, and so the band is the SOKS. It stands for the stuff our kids say. We get tons of inspiration from all of our hilarious children. Jim's got a daughter. Rob, the guitarist, has two kids, a boy and a girl, and then I've got three, two boys and a girl. And just it was the pandemic created this. We had time, and then just observing our children and being present with them more, and like learning from them, and like really listening to the funny things they say. My wife was very happy that we were doing this project, because I finally had a purpose between all the silly things that I would sing in the kitchen now. So that was good. And it was just a ton of fun. Like, we just had a lot of fun making silly songs, and we're being serious right now, and Jim sounds very professional, but we're all very intensely silly men. And so having an outlet for that has been fun too. And also just working with your best friends. I mean,
Yeah.
what job is better than like people that you enjoy hanging out with? You get to do things that are creative and fun and silly, and it's just great. When Jim sent me that first song, and it's not even our best song on the album, it's a great song, but when he sent me that, I was like, oh, this is something. Like, we're doing something. It's going to be so much fun, and everything since then has been a blast.
Yeah. It's yeah, I think for me first of all, my whole goal is to make our kids laugh. If our kids listen to the song and you see them giggle, or they want to hear it again, it doesn't matter how many record sales we get. It was one of those, okay, this is successful because our kids think it's hilarious. Because one day they're not going to think we're hilarious, but right now,
Right.
and if this music is allowing them to enjoy what we're doing, I'm super stoked. I've had a great career in music, and this being able, like Clay said, working with my best friends from college, it's actually made us stronger in our friendship over the last year, just because we talk every day, and working on this and figuring out how to reach more people. It's just it definitely it helped us not separate ourselves from reality, but it kind of gave us that break from what was really going on outside, and we were able to get together and concentrating on stuff that would make us and other people happy for a little bit. And so I'm glad that it's turned out that we're still doing it and still making music. And it's only been a year and a half, but
we're still trying. We're keeping an eye on the news right now, but we're planning on doing some more recordings here in the October timeframe. That tends to be September, October tends to be the best time for us, because of all the kids going back to school, and there's a break in there that's kind of it helps. So yeah.
And by more recording, we're going to do more recording, not one way or the other, but in-person recording.
Yeah.
In my studio, my house, all of us get together, which is where basically everything was done, was here. And I went to Clay's house at one point to get some vocal takes from him, and he actually ended up coming to Nashville once, but we actually have never done a full in-house tracking session in a room together. It's all been, I'll do all the music, I'll send it out, they'll send it back, I'll make notes, I'll edit it, send it back. And it was kind of that back and forth. So our hope is to do something where we're all in the room together, so we can be creative at the same time. But we'll see. Either way, we're going to keep going.
Yeah. I tell you what, I love listening to some of you guys' stuff, and loved it. It made me laugh. Just about every song.
Oh,
so you guys ready to dive in?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. The feature song on today's podcast is On the Farm. So tell me about this song, how it came about, how you wrote the lyrics, the music, what inspired it.
Okay. So
you wrote it.
I'm a speech pathologist. Okay. And I have been for about 15 years. I was working with this little girl in my office, and I do a lot of child-led therapy. And so she picked out a house, but we could not find any of the farm animals. Someone else in the office had them. So we just using random other objects that I could find to be the farm animals. Batman, and then there's like a truck, and then there's like it just random things. And I started kind of singing the song, and I was doing it in this weird voice. I'd say, I got all kind of animals on my farm. And then I would say something that wasn't an animal and she would laugh. Like that's what we were doing in that session. And as soon as I laughed, I had about a half-hour break, and my recording gear is set up in my office. And so I recorded both vocal pieces, the farmer that you'll hear and the little kid that you'll hear. I sent him to Jim, and he came up with all of the music, which is also very silly. And then we decided he's much better as, when you're listening to the songs, he does a better job of being like the grown-up voice, and then I have a tendency to kind of play the kid, like I'll be the kid. So and you'll see that musically in all of our songs. So that's what we did here. Yeah, and it was a blast, and we just had so much fun coming up with crazy things. Sorry, Jim.
No, I was just gonna. This song was great because Clay sent it to me, and I knew immediately exactly what I wanted to do musically, because I had this idea for like an old school kind of like R&B kind of bass feel, which you can kind of hear on there. It was just this real simple, but it's real groovy. And then this old Southern man, which is kind of what I am these days, just being ridiculous. But Clay came up with, I would say, 95% of the lyrics, and then we changed things here and there. This was one of the songs that I actually, I went down to Charleston, South Carolina, in the room that Clay's sitting in now, and we spent like several hours getting his part. I had a scratch vocal down. Clay had a scratch vocal down, which is, if anybody doesn't know, that's a vocal that you're going to record but not keep. You know you're not going to keep, but it's an idea, so we can have them, we can play around with the music. So we got down there and we spent time getting Clay's vocal just hilarious. And then I went back to Nashville and redid my vocal part to match what he was doing, which I think a lot of people would think that the farmer part would have come first, but it didn't. But I just love how that song came out, and everybody that we send it to, their kids. In fact, a buddy of mine just this morning sent me a video of his kids listening to it and then demanding they listen to it again, which I thought was
and the point of it too. So one of the things we hope to make sure everybody knows with our music, Patrick, is that we really respect and think that kids need to be respected for their sense of humor. Kids are funny, and I don't think they get enough credit for being funny. And this song is about a kid who immediately right away knows that there's something off about this farmer, and watching his reaction build is funny. And then also the things that Jim says as the farmer are funny. So it's just a very fun, silly song in totality, and we really love it.
Well, if I'm any evidence of it, it also will make adults laugh.
Good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the point.
We just want people to enjoy it, and I think that's one of the things I said to Clay when we started doing all this music was, look, I want to have music that kids can respond to, but we're not pandering to children. We're creating music that's on a level that they're going to understand. But when the parents listen to it, they're going to be like, oh, these guys are funny, and they're not like, it's not sappy and overly done. It's not, I mean, it is over the top, but it's not in a way that like you don't want to listen to it after once or twice. I'm a musician. I play instruments, and I like when I get the feedback. They're like, oh man, it's like a real band. It's like, sounds like real music. Well, it is real music. Where these instruments are on, well, nobody's seeing the video, but there are instruments behind me, and we use them all. So I like the feedback that people enjoy the songs, the music, the lyrics, not only for their kids, but they don't mind listening to it in the car as well. So it's great, especially this song. It's one of my favorites, I think, that Clay and I have come up with.
Me too.
Yep. All right. Well, let's play it. Ladies and gentlemen, the SOKS on the Farm.
Hey, everybody.
Hey!
Welcome to Old Man Dinglehopper's farm.
Thanks for having us.
Come on, let me show you my animals.
I can't wait.
I got all kinds.
Oh.
Huh. Well, I don't know where that music came from, but I'm feeling it. Okay, I'll just sing it, I guess. I got all kind of animals on my farm.
I love animals.
I got chickens and dogs on my farm.
Oh, do we get to pet the dogs?
I got cute little kitty cats on my farm.
Kittens.
I got all kind of animals on my farm.
What else do you have?
I got a 3-toed sloth on my farm.
Well, that's kind of random, but okay.
I got the missing link on my farm.
I'm sorry, you have what?
Well, break it down now.
No, don't break it down.
Can I get a guitar solo?
No guitar.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever's playing that, turn it off.
Oh,
I have
man,
a
I've
question.
always wanted
Me with my
to do
hand
this.
up. No, me with my hand up, I have a question. I feel like you're not listening to me.
Huh? What? I got miniature narwhals on my farm.
So like baby narwhals?
I got purple lizard people on my farm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not a thing.
I got Bigfoot and his mama on my farm.
You have Bigfoot here.
And a 6-headed llama on my farm.
Well, that's just a drawing that you're showing us.
I got all kind of animals on my farm.
All I've seen are dogs and kittens.
I said all kind of animals on my farm.
Mr. Dinglehopper, I need you to pay attention to me.
I got a woolly mammoth with no hair.
So like an elephant.
I got a bear with 8 arms.
You're telling me you have a spider bear?
Sure do.
No.
I got all kind of animals on my farm.
You sound like a crazy person.
Well, thanks for coming out. Come back anytime.
I'm not.
No, anytime's fine.
Nope, I'm not coming back.
Okay, have it your
You're
way.
gonna get a bad Yelp review. That was the craziest place I've ever been.
All right, that was On the Farm. That is a great song. So guys, tell everyone out there where they can find you on social media, where they can go stream or download On the Farm.
All right, so you can download our stuff anywhere that you can download music. We are on Apple Music. We're on Spotify. You can find us on Amazon. Anywhere that you are looking for music, you can find us. You can ask Alexa to play us, and she will, which is very nice of her, and we appreciate that. You can also find us on the web if you go to www. How many W's was that? That was enough. But thesoks.com. And we're there. We have all of our links to our social. But if you want to go, we're on Instagram, the SOKS Official. And then on Facebook, we are just the SOKS. And then on YouTube, we're youtube.com/the SOKS. And it's just so everybody knows, there's no C. So it's SOKS. So it's the SOKS, SOKS.
Nice
Awesome.
job.
All right, well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
See
All
ya.
right, best of luck out there.